You're here.
Do you have your coffee? Because it is time for Faith in My Lane.
Oh, we're dancing, I forgot. My pants are tight, it's hard to dance.
Hey everyone, welcome to our second episode of Faith in My Lane. My name is Rebecca Perryman and this is
Katie Leanne Humphreys.
Wow, yes, and Happy New Year. We are so excited to have a new year ahead of us, 2021. Hoping for a good one. Hoping for a better one.
There's some good things in 2020. You just have to
yeah. Because God is even more. So like definitely good things. He will make even more.
Good friend that had a baby this year. I was very excited. So God is even more than we can ask or imagine. And so all for like the last 3 months, when did that start? I don't know. We've been talking about how God is even more. So you can present God with something and you can even ask him for something, but he's always even more than we can ask or imagine.
Absolutely. And you know what, Katie?
What?
You know how last time I crushed you in the t-shirt challenge?
Well,
no, I beat you. You couldn't even count correctly.
That was both of us that did not count well. Like that was not just me.
I still won. I was more accurate. And today we have another challenge where I am going to crush you again.
Well, wait a minute.
We're going to see who can do even more of the task. But there's like a twist.
I have a feeling.
It's coming.
I don't know because I never know what's going on. But I suspect that there's some arts and crafts involved. And then in that case, I like this.
You may have an upper hand, but I have strategy.
We'll see about that.
Let's go see. All right. Welcome to the challenge segment of the Faith in My Lane.
I can't talk because I'm just focused.
Oh, okay. So today we are going to see who can do even more tasks not using our thumbs.
Ooh, interesting because look, my nose itches and I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so she's practicing. So we're gonna go.
That may have been a little bit of a can of worms there. Okay. I'm here for it.
So Angela is gonna come and tape our thumbs down. And then we'll get started.
Can you play my music?
That was some good stuff right there.
All right, so our thumbs are taped down. We're ready to start, and
the first challenge is going to be to write your name.
Does it matter about speed?
I mean, if both of you complete it, then it's
I have a longer name, so that's hardly fair.
All right, Katie Leanne. I'm right. No, look, girl.
Oh.
What, and a heart.
That, you know what?
And a smiley face.
Overachievers, just because you overachieve doesn't mean that you win. You just have to.
But that's also my.
all right.
Look at that.
All right, gonna put them down?
Okay.
Okay, next challenge is gonna be the cup stacking challenge.
Okay, question, wait.
Like, stop. Fair questions.
Well, no, keep going because now I.
Like, how many?
By my decision.
Yeah, but who won? I won.
You guys, sometimes the best way is the simple way.
Challenge number 3 is to open a water bottle.
No, this actually might be really hard.
I'm using my. Got it! Oh, whatever, right on my crotch.
How'd you get it? Oh. You know what Patrick always says when we talk like poker? He's like, I'd open the door, Mom, but I got like no opposables.
See? I'm telling you, now we don't.
Alright.
Okay, what is the task? Alright.
So,
is your pen and no?
No, your task is to draw an apple tree.
Apple tree?
An apple tree.
It's hardly fair because she's actually an artist. How many apples have to be on your tree? Like, I feel like I've really hit the mark there.
I'm not done. I'm gonna take my time. It's not speed, is it?
Yes. It's who can do it fastest.
I'm busy.
Okay, mine has a metaphor.
Mine does not.
It's called winning.
No,
Yeah.
that's incorrect.
So winning metaphor. This is what an apple tree looks like when it's won.
Getting some leaves in here. I won't be here all day. You have to speed this up.
This is gonna go well.
So it's like,
I think mine looks more like an apple tree.
you just wait. Like if I have enough time.
It definitely looks more like a winning tree.
Well,
It's a lonely tree.
it's a metaphor.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's like 2020.
It's 2020. It's the metaphor of 2020.
Yeah. So.
Saying the task was to draw an apple tree without thumbs. You've really taken it to a whole new level.
I find this so relaxing.
God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. This gives me anxiety. Because art has no right or wrong. I know you do. And so I can't, like, I don't know how to make the most right apple tree.
Well, you gotta think about the shape. So the sun is obviously coming from this direction.
What's yours? Not whatever.
Hey, stop. Before we go to our next segment, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see more videos like this. Just go ahead and subscribe in the button below and be sure to click that little bell so you get notifications.
Yeah, and don't forget to like and comment on this video as well.
This might be my favorite part. It is Creation Station, and I love it because the gal surprised us with a bunch of art supplies, and nothing makes me happier than surprises. Or art supplies.
That's true. You love surprises
And
art supplies. Yeah.
Like those are my favorite.
Yeah.
So we have a couple ideas here. Do you want to tell them about the jar?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
So these are just some things you can do in the beginning of the new year. Some different crafts.
January, when you're like, wow, the light is around for like an hour a day, and I'm a little bored.
Yeah. So the first thing is you could start the new year out with having a blessings jar. And so as exciting things happen, give me an exciting thing. You write it down.
Well, I'm excited. I'm having an art show, and I bought all the canvases in the spring.
Art show. Yeah. And then you put it in the jar.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And then at the end of the year, you'll have a jar full, oh my gosh, of all these things that you could be thankful for. And honestly, throughout the year, if you just need to be reminded of happy things and things to be thankful for, you have a whole jar full. And I will say, there are definitely times like, I mean, we should be thankful always. The Bible actually does tell us that. But sometimes it's hard.
No,
and I remember one time in particular, I was having a really hard time just being thankful in a circumstance, and I called Katie, and she told me just to list out the things that were hurting me and that were hard, and then in the other column list out all the blessings and like all the good things and to be thankful for really all of it, because the hard stuff produces character and makes us stronger and keeps us on our knees praying to God, and reminds us of our need for Him. And so even though hard things are hard, they're actually often blessings too. But yeah.
Oh, well, I was gonna say two things. So my sister-in-law did something like this for me, except they were like memories of my kids.
Aww.
So that was really sweet.
That's so cool.
You should do that with Nora, because there's things that you think that you'll never forget, and you forget.
Yeah. So you just put them in there. Yeah. So you can totally do that. And Nora's starting to talk, so I might start writing some of the things down.
It's just
really funny. Like the other night, she like came up to Patrick and she had a song playing on our little like keyboard, and she goes, "Daddy, it a song." And then they went and danced. I was like, I never want to forget that.
You need to write that down and put it in a jar.
Yeah. So you can just have like a jar of blessings, things to reflect on when life gets hard, because it will. Because the world is broken. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, and I just have some random art supplies here. So one of my friends, Antia, does art, what is it called, art journaling. And you can just get this like cheap little washi tape online. It's always really pretty. And even if you had like some magazines, and you can do this in a notebook, you can do this like on note cards. But the idea is just to kind of let your mind just kind of wander, and you can just like, that's not working.
Ooh,
but
my washi tape has windmills.
This is
on
gorgeous.
it.
And then at the end, end, you'll just like have like a really cute card. So the idea behind like the art journaling is you can just cut out pictures. You could even just cut up shapes and just like get a couple contrasting colors on there and shapes, and then pretend I have a glue stick, which I thought I had a pack of like 35, and I don't. But like you would just, so you can make these cute little, you can either make them journal pages, but like I'm gonna pretend like I'm gluing those down.
You can use your washi too.
I got like random. So anyhow, so like you can even, like once you get done with one of these, like you could, like I said, you could do these on postcards and then mail the postcards. Like if you do anything like on a 4x6, it will accept a postcard stamp. And I learned that.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So like if it's 4x6, because that's the size of a postcard, then that's like you don't have to worry about the, like that's, you can send it. I mean, as long as you don't put like 1,000 pounds on the front and it weighs too much. But like that's a cute little note card. Another fun thing to do. I'm really excited. I love this. I did not know necessarily what supplies we would get, which is like my favorite. So then you can also just have some time, like, do you want to talk about the word of the year?
Yeah, so there's this thing that, I don't know, I've kind of like done it, for a long time, as long as I can remember. I pick, well, I tend, in the fall, I start thinking about what I want my word to be for the next year. And I just kind of pray over it, and then, yeah, I pick a word that I feel like God wants me to reflect on all year. So last year, our family's word was truth, and I really didn't know exactly what God meant by it, but as the year went on and I reflected more on it and prayed throughout 2020, I really got a bigger picture of what, like just the word truth and what God was wanting me to learn about His truth, and how that it should be like the foundation of my life, and in every circumstance I should turn to His truth. And so this year, as I've been praying, my word is kindness. God has just really been talking to me a lot about just the power of kindness. It's one of the fruits of the Spirit, I do believe, in Galatians.
Anthony sings the song.
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, self-control. I don't know the rest of the words. What?
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa. And yeah, I don't know exactly all of what God's gonna teach me about that word, but I've just been thinking a lot about how kind of like evil perpetuates evil, and there's even scripture about that. But you know, if evil kind of like spurs on evil, well, why can't kindness, well, it does, kindness spur on kindness. So like when I smile at somebody, it makes them smile back, you know? And that's just a gesture of kindness. If I, you know, just text somebody and let them know that I'm thinking of them, like I don't know the domino effect of that one act of kindness, but I know that kindness can spur on more kindness. And I know a lot of people do verses of the year too. I do words. I don't know, do you do a word?
I do all sorts of things. So I do phrases and words. So I felt like a word for next year for me would be transcend, and then a theme is like never give up. So one thing that you can do to kind of like meditate or reflect on something is to write it over and over and just kind of mindlessly. So I wrote transcend a couple times on these.
I'm gonna write
hand
kindness.
letter. I need that.
Okay. What? Okay.
And you gotta
I know.
keep it. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. You were
So basically what I would do is you just write it over. You can just like write transcend or whatever your word is, like all over. It can be messy because life is messy. You just think about what the word means. And then it leads to other, like, you know, never give up, like all the things that you're thinking of, like just kind of journal them. And then what you can do, if you're someone that really likes things to be just so, where's cut? Oh well. So you can trace, so you can trace, you just put dots around a circle, and that way you'll have like a perfect little circle. And if you do a smaller cup on a smaller thing, it's better. But then you can even just make like sun rays come from it. So then you can have like a sun. And then you realize the truth. And I like to do like a couple of dots and then a couple of lines. Anyhow, so that's just like a fun little like reflective exercise. So you can write your word, draw a sunburst around it. You can do this in your journal. Again, if you want to send postcards out, that's a great idea. If you want to make a bookmark, you can just like cut a paper the shape of a bookmark, and you can write your word or your phrase on it and just decorate it. Go crazy. Like watercolored my word over and over on top of each other, and then I'd probably do some washi tape and some fun shapes. But another thing that you can do is you can just watercolor. You can get like a set for like $1. So you can just like paint leaves. Like,
oh, Katie's so good at that.
And so you just do some leaves. And a lot of this is just meditative. So you can write your word and then watercolor on top of it to make a rose. What's really fun is you just kind of make your center a little darker, and you just kind of like trace. You just kind of go around and around and around for a rose. So you just kind of start with a dot.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And then you just kind of go around and around.
I'm doing my own thing over here with my word.
Yeah, so you just knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Like, write the stuff, like, enjoy.
So I struggle with stuff like this because I'm someone that like, I'm so purpose driven in life that oftentimes I won't take time just to like pause and create. And often I don't feel good at it. So like Katie's like an artist, so this is right up her alley. She's actually good at things like this. And so what's good about her being my friend is she actually makes me stop and create. And there is no purpose to this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but
you can put it on a bulletin board. Like, I think of 9 million things. Like, it is funny, but that's how our minds work. Like, you can scrap this and throw it away. If you want, you can like burn it. It doesn't matter. It's like, the idea is to let your mind go and not judge. I want like a golden sunshine.
It's fun to create with God, the creator, you know? Yeah. And like, because God is the creator, we talk about a lot about this like on Mondays with Identity Check. Like, we are made in the image of God, and so there are parts of us that like we reflect to the world that, you know, are characteristics of Him. And one of them, like, God is creator. Like, He created us. He created everything in this world that we see. He created the universe, the stars, and all of it. Like, He is creator. And so when we create, it helps us, I think, connect to our creator.
I do, and it's just fun. Like, remember when you were little and you thought you were an artist? Like, ask a kindergartner who here is good at art. Like, just do that. Pretend like you're in kindergarten. Make stuff. Like, it's fun. Like, who cares? Like, nobody, it's fine. Ooh, you can make a scrapbook.
Shoot, scrapbooks give me anxiety. Even Shutterfly books give me anxiety.
Really?
Yes, I would rather pay somebody to do that.
But look, like, art's so fun. Okay. I'm still making
I know. You're so, speaking of creating, Katie, did you know that our team spends a lot of time creating merchandise? Really, really cool merchandise for all of our collections. Yes.
I got this out of the dirty clothes.
So that's from our Promise Keeper collection. And this is the Even More collection. So this is the sweatshirt. There's also t-shirts, jewelry. There's some really cute sweatpants for the Even More collection. Also, all kinds of resources to help you grow in your faith and to learn more about who God is and who He says you are. So you should definitely check out all of the awesome merch as well as all of the awesome resources that you can get. It will be in the description below. There's also, here's the link if you would like it, and there's a link in the description linked up to our shop so you can check out all the awesome merchandise.
It will be more, even more than you can ask or imagine.
It really will be. Hey everyone, it is time for, I think, my favorite segment that we do, which is what is in the bag.
I love this bag.
And this is where I shake up this bag because it's so necessary that I shake it up. And Katie reaches in and she picks something out and she has no idea what's in here. Do you know what's in here?
Not even a little
Not
clue.
a clue.
Although I will say it sounds like a box of crayons.
Thank you. Maybe.
And some Legos. Shake it again. Something in a glass jar with wax, like a candle.
But so she'll grab something out of the bag and she has to relate it back to how God is an even more God. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
She is so good at stuff like this. Let's see if she can do it today. Let's see. What do you got?
Something?
Oh, you're feeling around in it. Oh.
A Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Do you know what? This Game Boy proves that God is even more. Because growing up, my brothers always played on their Game Boy during church. And it was amazing because even though it looked like they were just on their little Game Boy, they actually were absorbing a lot more of the words than you would have ever given them credit for. So really, God is even more. So even when we seem to be distracted, God can speak to us through those distractions, and He is always even more than we can ask or imagine.
Super impressed
with
that one. I wasn't sure how you were going to do it.
I didn't know that. That's so cute. That's like a girl Game Boy. I bet this is not even
Angelia's
kids. I bet it is yours. Is it your kids? It's hers.
Did you have a Game Boy growing up?
My brothers did. I was always the worst
I
at
had a
video
Game Boy.
games. Like
Tetris.
was it actually working, or did your brother unplug
Tetris?
it?
Because it was like a puzzle, and you had to fit the puzzle pieces in.
Yeah, but the funnier thing is, like, growing up, she thought she would beat her brother at video games, but he had him unplugged.
Oh, he would unplug it.
So she
I thought I was beating him, but really he was just playing the computer.
Yeah. Well, because God is even more. So anyhow, that is what we have this week. We've just had a lot of fun exploring how God is even more.
Yes.
And we've had fun exploring it with you.
Yeah, and it is sad because it is time to go. And so make sure if you get a chance to check out our other videos that we have on the Lane of Roses YouTube channel. We have on Monday, what is it?
We have on,
what do we do on Mondays? Every Monday, ever since.
I did. I don't know why, because I was also thinking, you know what I really want? So this is how Lane of Roses even started, is would always ask people, if you want to know more about a relationship with God, just reach out. So I also want to, is that okay? Can we always say that too? But I do, if you want to know more about a relationship with God, reach out to us, because that's why we're here. Yep. I always want you to have that invitation, because we really care. Yeah, and if you want to check out our next video, which will be on Friday, and that is our God Doesn't Say That video, which is one of my favorite things that we do here at Lane of Roses, and we'll have a journal coming soon too. I can't wait. A journal you can use to follow along with us with the videos and stuff. They'll be really great. So, Katie, are you ready to sign us off? We are. I have a line. She has a line. So we're excited because the truth is that God made you on purpose and for a purpose. And we hope you feel so encouraged. Live out faith in your lane this week. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can continue to explore faith with Lane of Roses all week. And go ahead and check out our next video right over there.